Hello viewers, I'm Keerti Bhave. Welcome to the session on varnish. Varnish is a very commonly used surface coating material. After going through this video, you will be able to define varnish, enumerate the components of varnish and their effects, and compare paint with varnish. Let us begin with the definition of varnish. Varnish is a liquid coating material containing a resin and drying oil along with a solvent which is also a thinner that dries to a hard transparent film. So basically, varnish forms a hard transparent film on the surface which it is applied. How do you characterize a varnish? Varnish has no color. It has no added pigment. It forms a transparent film. Varnish film is glossy and there is no specific chemical composition. Varnish is not a single compound. It is a compounded material and it has drying oil, it has resin, it has a solvent, and it has a dryer. So varnish basically is a mixture of drying oil, resin, solvent, and dryer. Let us see the effect of each component on the property of varnish. The drying oil. Drying oils are film-forming material. These oils are mostly polyhydroxy unsaturated fats and they oxidize, polymerize and evaporate because of the atmosphere and form a film on the surface. The oils which are used as drying oil in varnish are unsaturated oils like tung oil, linseed oil or walnut oil. The drying oil provides toughness to the varnish film. It also imparts waterproofness to the film. It imparts durability and it helps the varnish to adhere properly to the surface. Another important component of varnish are the resins. Like the drying oils, resins are also film-forming material. You have natural resins like shellac, kauri gum, rosin, copal, tamar, balsam, etc. And you have the synthetic resins like acrylic, alkyd, polyurethane, mannitol, esters, urea formaldehyde, etc. These resins provide resistance to weathering to the varnish film. They make the film elastic. They help in the adhesion of the varnish to the surface. They provide luster to the film. They give color stability and they also provide resistance to chemicals around. The other other component is the solvent or the thinner. Commonly used solvents are turpentine, petroleum spirits, xylol, toluol, or acetone. Sometimes even water is used as a solvent. These thinners, they dissolve the film forming material, that is, either the drying oil or the resins or both, and they control the viscosity of the varnish, that is, they adjust the consistency of the varnish so that it can be applied easily. The other component are the dryers. The dryers are soaps of heavy metals. They are the resonates or linoleates of cobalt, lead, etc. White copper, lead acetate, litharge are also used as dryers. Dryers accelerate the process of drying. They harden the film and they improve the drying quality of the varnish film. Now, the varnish are of different types depending upon the solvent. And you have the oil varnish, the spirit varnish, and water varnish. The oil varnish has a resin which are hard like amber and copal. The spirit varnish and water varnish have softer resins like lac or shellac. The solvent in oil varnish is mostly linseed oil with turpentine. In spirit varnish, it is methylated spirit, while in water varnish, it is the hot water. Oil varnish dries slowly, but the film is the hardest and durable. The spirit varnish, on the other hand, dries quickly and the appearance is good. The water varnish dries when the water evaporates and therefore it is eco-friendly. It does not add anything to the environment on evaporation. The oil varnish is used to coat metals and wooden laminates, binders in primers, putty, etc. The spirit varnish are mostly used for furniture, musical instruments, leather, paper, etc. While the water varnish is mainly used for wallpapers, flooring, maps, and pictures. There are different uses of varnish. Where are they used? They are used to improve the appearance of the article on which it is applied. Varnish is used to protect the articles against corrosion. Varnish is also used to intensify the ornamental grains of wood surfaces. It is used on masonry to reduce penetration of moisture and damage from freezing. It is used on musical instruments to create a protective film, as a brightening coat to painted surfaces, and it is also used to protect the articles against moisture. So it has wide applications. Along with the varnish, the other surface coating material is paint. So the two most commonly used surface coating materials are varnish and paint. Let us compare them. Varnish does not have any added pigment, while pigments are always added to a paint. Varnish is colorless, while paints are always colored because of the pigments. The film of the varnish is transparent, while paint hides the surface on which it is applied. The film may be opaque or translucent. The varnish film is hard and brittle, while a paint film is elastic. Varnish is mostly glossy, while a paint film may be glossy or matte. I hope you have understood what is varnish, what are the components of varnish, what are the effects of each component on the property of the varnish, and how it is different from paint. Wish you happy learning. Thank you.